is Bitcoin going next? Now, this Bitcoin hype has been going on for ages, and it's time we bring some sense back into the market. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing by breaking down the charts and giving you guys an in-depth analysis of where I see Bitcoin going next, giving you the reasoning and rationale behind why exactly I'm targeting the certain levels I'm targeting. Before we jump into it, please be sure to drop a like, as it helps out this channel a lot. And without further ado, let's get into it. So since we're taking more of a longer term investing approach with Bitcoin, we're going to start from the monthly time frame. Now, I've already analyzed this chart, so I'll just break it down with you. So on the monthly time frame, you can see overall we are in a bullish trend on Bitcoin. Even though we're seeing this huge meltdown, overall, to keep things in perspective, this 10,000 level over here is what we need to hold and maintain above if Bitcoin is to remain bullish on an overall bias. Looking at the current price action, however, you can see that we are in a bearish trend. So you can see price has pushed down. We saw this bit of a retracement before that further push down, breaking below these lows over here. Now, this is very important to highlight because currently on the monthly time frame we are in this mini downtrend with this lower high point over here and this impulse down as such. So once we've identified which phase of the market we're in, we can use this fib levels over here from this high to this low over here, and you can see that since we are in a bearish trend, we can expect price to retrace, maybe back up into this golden zone over here, which is around the 35k region as such. But overall, since we are bearish, we can expect a further push down into this 10,000 region before an overall push up into 45k. So this is my prediction for Bitcoin overall in the long run. But how can we capitalize off Bitcoin currently? So if we drop down to the weekly time frame, you can see that even on the weekly time frame we are bearish, with this part over here being our lower high point. Then we see some sort of exhaustion being created over here before a further push down. So this area would be an area of interest to also pay attention to. Now that we have highlighted that we're in a bearish trend on Bitcoin currently, and this is a region of interest that price could retrace back up to because price moves in waves and it needs breathing room every time it makes an impulse. So we are expecting some sort of push back up into 30 to 35k region over here. This is the region where you want to look to take profits, because I definitely expect price to roll over further down into the 10k regions over here as shown by the monthly time frame. Now if you drop down further to the daily time frame, you can see that we have started creating some sort of base at this region at 20k. So this is very important because once we're seeing price forming this sort of base level over here, we see this break of structure happening. This shows us a shift of momentum. So we was bearish from this 30k region as I've highlighted on the weekly time frame. We've then seen a shift of structure breaking these lower high points with this impulsive candle coming through, and now we're getting some sort of retracement over here. So how can we look to capitalize off of this move? This is something we can look at on the lower time frame, such as the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that this order block over here, this level of demand will need to hold, or this 21k region on the daily time frame. So this dotted line has been highlighted based off the daily time frame because we see this bearish candle being printed before the impulse up. So this would be some level of demand. Now this will be the last hope we have for Bitcoin pushing up into 30k. So we can definitely expect price to fall further down into 21k if it's not able to hold this 4-hour demand which I highlighted to you earlier. So if price does come into 21k, we want to see some sort of exhaustion, we want to see some sort of weakness before we can buy the market all the way up into 30 to 35k depending on the price action over here. Now if we do fail to hold this level of demand over here, it is definitely a high chance that will break through and fall further. So your stop should definitely be below these levels or even just below over here, giving it some sort of breathing room. It's important that when you are investing, you know when to get out and you know when price can potentially go against you as well. Now one last thing, if you drop down again to the 4-hour time frame, what we are expecting before we can buy the market, is once price does come back into this region over here, or let's just say it stays in this region for argument's sake. So if we drop down to the 30-minute, before I can buy this market, I want to see a break of these highs over here, then a retest, which is then my confirmation to then buy the market, because now I see a shift in structure to say, okay, now momentum is changing and we're going to start looking for buys. So this would apply with the same logic at this region at 21k over here as well. So if price does drop down into 21k, we're going to see some sort of weakness, some sort of exhaustion before a break of these highs on the 30-minute, a retest of that region before that push up ultimately to 30 to 35k. Now before I wrap up this video, just to give you a quick summary of what I've talked about, I can see price pushing back into 21k, holding at this level of demand and giving us some sort of exhaustion, giving us an entry signal to then buy the Bitcoin market and see a push into 30 to 35k region over here, and this will be your ideal take profit scenario. However, if we do break the 21k, it is not best to be buying Bitcoin, as we could see a further rollover to the downside. But in the long term, I see price pushing up into 30 to 35k region, forming some sort of resistance as such, and dropping all the way down into 10k as such. Once we do get this push down into 10k, I can definitely see price coming at least to 45k. So overall, you can capitalize off this move over here, which I'll be in as well, and then you can ultimately sell Bitcoin to around 10k region and then buy it back up to 45k region over here. So this would be a 4.5x multiplier for you guys to capitalize off. So even if you was to just invest £1,000 or £2,000 in this region over here, if price does shoot up to 45k, you're making 4.5x your money. So you're looking at 9k if you're investing 2k over here. So that is big money you guys can definitely be a part of, but it does take some calculated risk before you do get into the market. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This was just a quick summary of where I see Bitcoin going. This video is going to be published on YouTube, so you guys can hold me accountable and see what actually ends up happening. I do feel confident that we can definitely come into this region if this 21k level holds over here. Now we don't know what the fundamentals are going to be in the future, so it's definitely something to pay attention to. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe and comment with any further suggestions you may have. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.